In this video, I'm going to show you how you can make a surround for your stained glass grinder. And it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. And it doesn't even have to cost you anything to make it. So anyway, let's get into the video and have a look. Now to do this surround, I'm going to be using core flute. It's probably also known as flute board, and it's basically a type of polypropylene material, corrugated plastic, and it has flutes running down it vertically or horizontally depending on which way you look at the actual sheet, but it's very lightweight. So I'm going to be using this for the surround. You could use like a very thick cardboard, or you could probably use some kappa block or any gator board, anything like that as well. But I've got this, so I'm going to be using it. Now, if you're looking at getting any of this and you don't want to pay for it, then I would call into your local sign writer, because it is used quite widely in the sign writing industry, and just ask them for a piece of offcut, of course making sure it's going to be the right size that you need. And that's what I'm going to be showing you in this video, how to actually measure your stained glass grinder so you can choose the right size to actually create your surround. I'm going to be using this one because this is the right height for this particular stained glass grinder that I have here on my bench. But if you've got a larger sheet, you can certainly cut that down. And I don't know whether the camera is going to pick up on this, but the flute is running down, is running this way vertically. But if I turn that way, it's running horizontally. But for the nature of this video, we want to make sure that the flutes are running vertically. Very important, because it's going to make it so much easier to create this surround. Now, for those people that are not familiar with core flute, I'm just going to grab a small piece of it here, and I'm going to be using one of these box cutters. I suppose you could call it a box cutter. And if you run your blade right down there, you can cut it quite easily. But if we run our blade just ever so slightly down the actual core flute, we're going to cut the first layer only, and we run it down there, just put it in there, and then we run it. We can actually bend that, and that's what we're going to be doing in this video. Now, this is the Inland Mini Maxi grinder that's available here in Australia, and this is the one that I'm going to be creating the surround for. Even though it comes with a surround, I really don't need to do one for this particular grinder. But because I've got a limited amount of core flute, and this is a very good compact unit, it's a great little unit, I'm going to create a surround for this, rather than I have another grinder that's larger, but I don't have enough core flute or the right size core flute to actually do that one. Now, when it comes to stained glass grinders, I know some people put them in a box that they've cut out, and it's very compact, but I'm not really keen on that idea. And the reason being is that you are working with water, and if you spill water into that box, then the motor underneath can actually suck the water up into it, which can be quite dangerous. And even if you were to elevate this off the bottom a little bit, you still have that possible issue. The other issue I find with putting it in a box is that it limits the airflow. So we know that this one has a vent underneath, and we also know that it has a vent at the back. So really what I don't want to do is have the airflow limited to the motor, because you want to keep that motor cool and you don't want to burn it out. So my thing is, if I'm going to be creating a surround, I want it to be an external surround that eliminates certainly most of those issues. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is take a measurement. I'm going to now take the measurement of the height of the grinder. So now it doesn't have to be exact. The height of this grinder is approximately 160 millimeters, but I need the actual surround to go higher than that, so I'm going to allow, say, another 40 millimeters. You can take it higher if you like, that's not an issue. So my surround will come up to around about there, which I think will be perfect for this. So I'll put that out the way, grab my sheet of core flute, making sure that when, as I said earlier, when you're cutting your core flute, making sure that when this goes around the actual grinder, that you've got the flutes running vertically. So the height of it is 200 millimeters that we're going to be doing it, cutting it. So there's 200 there and 200 there. And you can double check that. It's always good to measure twice and cut once. And then I'm going to get my blade and my ruler. It's a good safety ruler, this one. And like I say, it doesn't have to be accurate. And when you're running over the actual corrugation, it's going to be like a little bit of a bumpy road. And the best way to handle core flute is to just do it a few times, putting a bit of extra pressure each time you do the passing of the cut. When you're running vertically to cut it, or when you're running with the actual flutes, then it's certainly a lot easier and you don't want to apply too much pressure. Otherwise you will cut through it. So there you go. Very, very easy to cut. And the core flute comes in 3mm and 5mm. So for this project, I'm using 3mm, but if you have 5mm, that's fine as well. Now, I probably should have mentioned this earlier. To make it easier to actually know what you're dealing with, what you can do is you can create just a bit of a drawing here. So I've got my height, which is 200mm. Now I'm going to be measuring the side of the grinder, and then I'm going to be measuring the back of the grinder, as in the width that I want the surround to be, and we'll know what that side is by this side because it'll be identical. So this will wrap around the grinder. So it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It's just something for you to write your measurements down so that you've got a record of them should you need to make another one, or even just so you can get a better understanding of what you're going to be doing. Now I'm going to be measuring the depth of the grinder, the side. So this is going to, and I'm doing it at the widest part of the grinder, as I said earlier. So this is around about 190, say 200mm depth. So what I'm going to do, I don't need the actual surround to actually go right to the front. So what I'm going to do is probably create that at 150mm on the side. So I'll mark that down, I'll put that aside. I'll mark that down there, 150mm. That's got the arrow to there. And we know the other side is going to be identical. So that's what our little plan looks like. So now we have to do is measure the back. So I'll tip that on its side, on its front, and measuring at the widest part again at the base. Yes, that's about 200mm. So I'm going to probably want the back to be, I'll probably do it at 200mm. So, because it's a bit under. So now what I've got here is 200mm. I've got a little upright there and a little upright there, just so as I know that it's from that point to that point at 200mm. Now what we can do is we've got our measurements, we know what we're doing, we can then apply this to the core flute. All right, so we'll start taking this measurement here. We'll start with the side and work across to the other side. So the first measurement is going to be 150mm. So I'll get a pen and I'll mark 150. And I'll do the same with the bottom. Now the next measurement is going to be 200mm. So I'll put it on the edge of that mark that I just created. And I'll put a mark there. And I'll put a mark at the bottom as well. And of course we know that the next side is going to be 150mm. Again, you don't have to be too accurate. Now, what we do is I've got my smaller safety ruler here, and what I'm going to do is put the blade out, and this is where we just put light pressure, and you'll notice that the sheet of core flute has the corrugation. If you can run down that same line from top to bottom, it will make it easier for you, especially if you're working with 5mm thickness of core flute. But if for some strange reason you can't do that or it moves, it's not a big issue, but you are going to be making a cross from one side of the corrugation to the next line across. So you really, I hope that makes sense. It's not as clear as mud. So what you're trying to do is run down vertically along that core flute, the corrugation. Even if it means your measurements are slightly off. And just a slight amount of pressure. Not much. Not a bit more than that. I just bent it, but it doesn't matter. Now that's it. A little bit more. I think I ran across the corrugation like I said not to do, but see, that works anyway, so it's not a problem. Now I'm going to do the same on this side. I'll try and do a better job this time. Yep, that's better. There you go. So we need to cut through this right through. There you go. And that's what we're going to be working with. But what we want to do is it's not going to sit flat because we've got a lead coming out the back. So we need to measure the area so we can cut out the bit at the back so as the core flute goes over there. And we're also going to cut out the area a bit larger than that so as we allow for better ventilation to go into the motor. I'm looking at, say, overall 120 millimeters wide, and the height will be 80 millimeters. And I think that will work really, really fine. So I'm going to go up 80 millimeters. And the width, I think, would be 130. Okay, so we'll get our small ruler here. And we're going to put a couple of cuts there. So we're going to cut right through. There you go. So now what should happen is when we put this here, just fold that a little bit better. That sits so much neater. Now, and it also allows the air to flow through at the back. Now, what we also need to do is you can leave it like this if you want to, but I'm going to just angle this up a little bit here so it's not got a sharp edge to it. So I'm going to now, so I'm probably going to take it 30 millimeters, do the same on the other side. 30 millimeters, and I'll probably come in 100 millimeters and 100 millimeters there as well. And I'm going to cut this right off, so I'm going to cut that, and then over the other side as well. And we'll see how we go. There you go. Now, with regards to this sitting better, you just squash it down and it'll eventually just work that way. There you go. And that's our surround. But like I say, if you find, this side's out a little bit, you just squash it down on the edge there and it flattens it out. It'll work its way to sit right anyway. There you go. So you can have it in close or you can have it further out, whatever you want to do. But I find this works really well. And this blue mat I'm on is not even. I buckled it with a hot blowgun. So it's all buckled now. I've got to get a new one. But that will certainly stop your residue from your water and the powder from, hitting other areas than where you want it to. Now, if you're working with 5mm core flute and you find that the sides are not staying where you want them to be, what you can do is you can get a couple of pieces of string and just tape and staple a piece of the string here and the other end here, and do the same on the other side, and then those sides will stay where you want them to be. It'll stop them from opening up wider. Mind you, opening up wider is for these sides is not a bad thing anyway, because it will give you room to maneuver your glass around if you've got any larger piece of glass. I'll also put links in the description box of this video, including the distributor of this inland mini Maxi grinder, which is Access Glass. So you can have a look at their website and check it out, and their other products. And if you enjoyed the video, please think about giving it a like. If you haven't subscribed, think about subscribing. And if you saw value in the video, then please share it far and wide. And I'll see you in the next one. Keep creating and enjoy.